hope it's something shorter time. It's fairly late here, but I wanted to take uh, this change by Alex here and make sure that it's accepted. So at least do that. And if you have any questions, especially regarding the upcoming version of C3, feel free to ask in the chat. So there are some changes. So we got these quiet mode, no capture uh, things, and some um, right additional settings here. So let's see. I have already checked out that one. So I'm just going to go through these, and the way I like to do this. Okay, so now the thing is there are two runtime tests. So he only added them to the new one, and uh, I will. I think that for now I will not accept any changes to this. So let's okay first to that directory. So instead, what I'll do first is I don't know if it's rebased or not on main master. So I'm just going to do that. So here are the changes, and I like to squash them. I can squash them later, I guess, but let me just squash them because I like doing that. It makes everything clean. So okay, now we have it rebased on master. So I think what we can do now is kind of we can take the we can kind of make how should we do this? So let me just grab runtime test. So runtime test, and that's the one in here, right? So that one, yes. And we're gonna copy that and take that into to the 7 lib 7 version, and I'm gonna see what the problems are, like what their diff is. So besides that, it's also changing things here, as you see. Uh, I am for they are different, right? There are several differences that I can't. So those should obviously not go in there. And so kind of have to there's like this. Okay, this is correct, right? The text new capture stuff like that should be kept. There's this. Okay, testing. Let's see here. So and that's added, right? So that's fine. And then we have the new the changes there to with these things, right? And here we have another one where we have to go back to whatever was there. Okay, here's a print. Okay, there's a space I like to add there, and let's see here. So here's the quiet mode. If it's quiet mode, then do that. Otherwise, do just guess yes, it's fine. Okay, we check leaks. Yes, and that's that again, this is kind of inconsistent, so I don't want that. So here we go. Okay, so thread allocator. Yeah. Again, let's do add a space there. Otherwise, we're just violating the code style without for no reason at all. So okay, and we're here. Okay, so there's a text. Hang on. So here's the context, and the other one is the test context. What? Okay, so here's test context, right? What's the... And then we suddenly have the context. Let's see what happens here. So yeah, we have the context that we are running tests on. And wasn't that a global? So we have this. Okay, so this is yeah. You can do either. That's the way it worked. Yeah. If you are here, you can do either because it's going to be a pointer to context. It doesn't really matter. So in this case, the code is actually the same. And then we go to test it for quiet mode. Doesn't matter. It's okay. So we go here, la la la, and then we're done. And everything is as before. And then we have this, and we have to have T. We should have tmem, right? So go for that. Otherwise things are okay. Okay, so let me just double check these changes so that there are not. Okay, wait, you're not seeing this. I'm sorry. I am looking at the diff, right? So and you don't see the diff. God damn it. Anyway, other things that are in here are seem to be like clean, and so I just have to test this a bit. I have to just run the testing program, and I want to. I'm not sure I want the changes in runtime in this runtime test, so I'm just going to revert that one actually. So in the runtime test, so I can make the way I would do this is just like make a comparison with the master branch, and then I would just copy the master branch onto the this current branch. So okay, now let's see here. So now I'm gonna run the tester here. So this is this test for standard library. Let's see if that was the one I was thinking. Yes, this is the correct one. So this seems to do the right thing, and we have some other settings we can play around with now. So what it added was it has like this quiet mode. So I think that was, let's go to the build options. So it has like quiet mode. Oh wait, stupid of me. It won't work with that. So, but I don't care. It's the 7 you want to use anyway. So test quiet. Okay, let me test quiet. Okay, go into my settings, which I don't think you can see, and I'm going to, maybe I can run this. Yeah, let me copy this and just run this from my terminal window instead. Otherwise, it's going to be hard for you to see. So okay, this seems to be what I'm running. So I have to, for some reason I haven't bothered to fix this latest. Okay, compile test, enable new numerics, blah blah, still libs that. So test quiet. Right, that was, oh, it's a directory, yes, of course, C3C. So okay, now it just looks like this. So there's just this dot, I guess. Okay, and if we have, okay, we can let's set the ANSI on, ANSI equals, oh, let's, we have to do like this, right? So where, okay, let me run this again. Okay, and let me check that no ANSI is working. So ANSI, no. No, that looks good. It doesn't look good, but it kind of works. So let's see here. No leak, no capture. Okay, we can run with no test, no capture. Yes, apparently something was printing something here. Yeah, this thing here tested hijack. Okay, that was the only thing that was printing something then. No, here. Oh, trying to see here if there is something else. No. Okay, let me try this because like any tests, there's this test in here, and we can just print something. Hello. And just in case we didn't import everything, we just throw that in there. Now I should see hello in the beginning. Like moving up here. Oh. Okay, yeah, that failed. That failed. Why did I do that? So okay. Like this, no capture. Did we have something there? At the top there. Yes, it says hello. Good. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm just going to do these changes, which is kind of reverting. Move changes to div 7. That's kind of mean. Okay, maybe I'll have to. Okay, I'll check. I'll fix it on both. So okay, let's just restore that. But I still want to fix those changes in the if statements there. So let me check the diff against master. There we go. Right, we have, okay, you're not seeing this. I'm just going to fix some spaces after if. A second, 2. Okay, that was it. And so mode changes to libc, and let's see what the diff is here now. Then there's only, okay, there wasn't much of a diff. That's correct. So I'm going to commit this and push it. See if I can do a force push. I could. Then let's see if I can merge this without doing anything weird here. So merge review. So now I want to take this one, okay, and then I want to merge it. Maybe I can only do this from maybe I can just do the merge, squash and merge. I can do a squash and merge from here. Okay. What? This looks really weird. I better do this from the GitHub page. I get so scared of it otherwise. So squash and merge. So harmonized. Okay. Right. Squash and merge. Okay, so now we have that one in master. Let's go back to master. And look what we have. What else we have? Other pull requests. Um, we have the nested bit structs, but I'm not accepting that one because I really don't want to have that. I have a feeling that it's going to be pretty nasty if we ever want to do more compile time for bit structs. So I'm really waiting for that. I think the whole thing is just disabling a check, right? Yeah, it's like boom, we have the feature, but it's not that simple. It's I'm not making fun of you who wrote this. It's just so fun. It's like if I remove this check, it seems like it doesn't complain. And I kind of get it to work, but that's not the way it that's not the way we can do it, unfortunately. Right. Let me have a look at chat. So, okay. So for viewers, hi. Um, are there anything special you want to see? So let me know. I'll just drink a little tea. Turn off the microphone so you don't hear me. I'm like gulping here. But think of things you want me to see me merging more things, or talking about the compiler, or starting to look a little, some more at lib7. So let me know. Okay, I'm back. So I guess it would be nice to kind of. I mean, it's not nice to leave these pull requests hanging, even though I was like, there are some of them that I've been thinking like, should should this really be added or not? So what we have here is someone wanted the environment, right? Someone else, I want the environment. Someone else implemented it quickly, and not completely. So we can kind of grab this one and make it work. Now there's a like it gives an output that is JSON, which is like, I don't know. It's not really what I would like to see. I would like, okay, maybe just make it parsable. Just make a format that is easy to read. Not have You don't have to make it JSON so that it's annoying to read if you ever want to print this. But the one who did this did collect some information, so that's good. Then let's see if it's maybe something needs to be fixed anyway. So I'm just gonna grab this one. So I'm gonna check out adversing, add printenv, and first I'm gonna need to rebase this one on latest master and resolve any issues that we might have. And see, there's a lot of again, I want to squash these. So add printEnv option. And they requested, I know they requested the JSON format, but I'm just not going to do that. So now we're rebasing that, and then we have some problem. Why did I have no idea why this? Okay, I'm getting a conflict. So I don't know why these things were changed. They it looked like random changes. Like really random changes. Or maybe it's something just, I don't know. None of that should go in. There are like changes to. Okay, we have the one. We have like print build and okay, that one should go in. Okay, continue rebasing, and I think we're done rebasing. So the code was in build.h. I guess there was something there. Yeah, that was the printEnv thing, yes. And then if it's printed, then we print the environment and then we exit. That's what it does. So, and then we have these weird changes in compiler internal. I think that was like a mistake. Just happens. Yeah. And let's see, that's in compiler internal again, has these extra functions. So I think what I want to do is to grab this whole printEnv thing from compiler. So let's go compiler. Compiler, and we have the printEnv. Yes, printEnv and then return. Okay, right. So we have ctrl+c. Okay, so let's. I don't want to do this. Like we have. Let's see if we have Alt F. Right, Alt F is something. Okay, just do this printf. Okay, this. Okay, like all right. So, do you have output? No. Okay, so printf. And now we're just doing again, like maybe we can have some nicer format. So version, and then we have like always a tab or maybe something like this, and then we have right and compiler version, right, and then we have libdir, which is important, right? So stdlib, and then again here, and we have compiler context libdir, which can be some very important when you are, you know, when you're debugging things. Actually, that would be was at one point useful for me. That's why I think this is okay. So we're gonna have ctrl+c xc, and that's like yeah, can have that name, whatever. And then we have again a space, an n, and then compiler xc name. Okay, and project. So there might be a project, or there's like the target, right? We're just going to be like maybe I can just, I mean, it doesn't have to be a project. You could just current path or base path, and that's going to be the get, yeah, we can get the code. No, there's a thing here. So we are doing this get code somewhere, and there's a nasty thing with that. So get this, right? So we have okay, not in the standard library, but somewhere we do get that. I'm like looking at the, okay, we can look at usages, right? So we can actually do like this, find usages, and we can find, oh, we have this checked here, right? Get code, so, and execute scripts. Then we also do this. So we want the path. Sorry everyone listening. So I think like you should be passing the all this stuff, right? So we should be doing like this really, like you have the path, right? Oh, you have the path, and then you do like path and path max, okay, and then target, build name, what's called target or name, build name, and we take that one, paste in the compiler build name. Do we have anything else? Do we have, okay, so we have the get end with path. Is that one safe for Windows? I wonder about that. So yeah, I guess it's like the ASCII, right? It's you get the ASCII version, but it still exists, if I can remember correctly. Okay, system path, and then we get this get env path, right? OS, and there's like the platform OS, and it tries to convert that to a string. It seems like we should have something like that. So OS target, right? So that's like OS. Don't we get this the other way around? Maybe I like so if we are on this arc OS target, we go through arc OS targets like here, right? And that's a list somewhere here. So we have all these. There's no reason why you should do another one. Really. So I think that this is wrong. So we should have like compiler platform, yes. But don't we have the Arc OS? No. Well, we do have the build Arc OS target, so we can do Arc OS target, and then just do this. I think that would be correct. And then we just want the second part. Yeah, so Arc OS target like this. And we get both. And the variables, so we get the okay, Okay. And with POSIX, it's that's more like is POSIX. Okay, what? What? Is POSIX. The only Linux is POSIX. Okay. I think the way it did that is basically it says I have this env, right? So NC3, and it actually has this is POSIX, which is really stupid. So OS is POSIX. Yeah, here we have. So OS is POSIX. That means it's like what it isn't is like these are POSIX. So depending on the OS type, really. Yeah, these. In other words, bool static bool is POSIX should be more like OS type OS, and then we can switch over to OS, switch OS, and then we have a bunch of them. Yeah, CR define OS. Okay, we have all these, right? Okay, so case OS is again guess OS type is iOS. Case OS type Mac OS. Case OS type NetBSD. Case OS type Linux. Case OS type, what should be now? So next one is Watch UI, Watch OS, right? That's Watch OS. So okay. So now let's see. We already gone through these. This one, Linux. Okay, K FreeBSD. Okay, Case OS K. But yeah, this one. Oh. Case FreeBSD. Okay. OpenBSD Solaris. Solaris is you really want something I want will be supporting soon. What? Yeah. Maybe someone is writing something for that. When was the last time I used a Solaris? That was a long time ago. Okay, and then we had a tvOS, right? And then we had maybe OS type watch. That one I think I already did, right? Let's bundle these Apple ones together. Okay, so that was that. And what else was there from the env? So then there was like, okay, is POSIX. Okay, libc, it has libc and is POSIX. Okay, so there's like true. No, that's Darwin. Sorry. Okay, so watchOS. If it's Windows or VASI or Emscripten, then it's not, doesn't have that. What? Isn't VASI POSIX? I think my that's libc. It doesn't. Yeah. Okay, wait. We're gonna put these in here. So this is just you know it's true. Don't you know it's true? Okay. Case Win32. Yes, and then case OS VASI. Case OS type Emscripten. I don't support that. Why do I? Okay, so default, it's not. even though it could be. Okay, so let's just pretend it isn't. So then we have, okay, is POSIX, yeah, I mean, then it's, okay, is POSIX, and then we take the compiler, platform, OS. Okay, I think this will yield a somewhat better result. Okay, is POSIX, oh, like that, okay. And then we have like printf is win32. Okay, is env. Maybe I have to have that. But then, yeah. I understand the reason behind this. That makes sense. I guess you can just, when you want to parse this, just parse the first, the first characters here. So it's just going to be, it's hopefully not going to be more than that. And okay, that one was lowercase for some reason. So is it, okay, compiler OS is, yeah, true, false. False. Yeah, like that. And libc, okay, so okay, we it's also, it has to be link, link libc. Right, in other words, it's printf env libc, and I think it almost gave me that. So link libc. Right there, that's some things that can be that you can get from this. Okay, so let's first, I don't know if, I don't think this is actually in the it's not parsed. Print env, if I remember correctly, because I think this was in, like, in the I was looking to do this at one point in time, but no, it isn't. So where should we put that? Maybe I should look at some, if there are any questions. Okay, hello, I was watching start stream. There is no context. You talk and talk, but no. Are you don't see, you don't see the screen now? Oh, or you should be seeing the screen, right? That was when I was doing. Sorry. So menu nix. Do you see stuff? See things now? Okay. Hopefully. I mean, it looks okay. It looks like it updated, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have some things. We have like about. So we could maybe have like opt, and then we have what we call it. Environment. Okay. So what? That was very helpful. Completion. So print environment information. Information about build. Okay, build env. Prints information about the I don't know. What should we call that? it's print n, right? So, and the question was um like the C3 version, the standard library used for the project, um some environment, okay, and they gave me some information. So okay, maybe we should also, like, there are some examples here, and they kind of just implemented those. Okay. Also, what do we call it? Print about the settings. What do we call this? I don't. Does anyone have any idea what I should call this? Okay, yeah. So it is until J, yes. But what should we call it? So, hello. So environment. Someone come up with a better name later, please. Okay, so environment, and then we have to test for that. So we have somewhere, where do we put it? So somewhere long opt. Long opt, here's a test filter. Maybe that's not best place to put it. So if match long opt, and it's, what do we call it? Environment. Right. And in that case, we do set the options to print n, right? So that one has to be renamed. Yeah, or maybe it doesn't need to. Let's see. So that one is there. Okay, so let's see what happens if I run this, and I'm just going to hit this environment. And why did it change? So thank you. Okay, now. Okay, something's wrong. Okay, the libc is double. That's bad. Oh, I was testing something else with this one. Let's remove the P. So, okay. T. Okay. Let's run that. So T pause. Okay. Let's see what happens. So couldn't admit no such file. What? By the way, why couldn't you do that? Oh, it's because. Ooh. Didn't I just fix that? It seems like something. It feels like I didn't rebase this, but I did. Okay, anyway, so the environment was not in there. Get the settings again, please. Environment. Okay. So now we see we have the system path. Oh, that was long. The build name, it's null. The base path is where we were, right? And standard library is this offset here. We're what? Oh, okay. So this target, this one is run too early. So because of that, all this information is wrong. So you don't want to do it this early. You want to do it once when you've gotten further into the whole thing. So we are still um, kind of um, kind of gotten a bit into the into the flow here, but not the whole way. So this is why this is wrong, and has to be removed from here. So oh, that was another thing about it. So it wasn't really working. So okay, start libdir, context libdir. Okay, so we can put it in here. Maybe what's this? This is the global context. Okay, good. So what's the rest of it? So should print environment. So instead, we're just gonna say compiler context should print environment equals true. And now as we get in further into the compiler, before lexing though, before setting these things even, as we're done with, like before we want to compile, but perhaps also before we do any further setup, the target setup here is interesting. So oh, that's just the other, that's fairly unnecessary. So you want to have it here. So at this point we want to know like print build environment, and if compiler context is should print environment, then we print environment, and then we just exit compiler, and I don't remember. Compiler success is exit. Okay, compiler success exit. Okay, so now it has more data. So let's just see here what happens. Oh wait, it still says Android Arc. Shouldn't that be set by then? I think so. We can put it much later. So here we definitely have everything set, right? Or things will be very bad. And now it still says Android Arc, which isn't the thing. Why isn't that one set? Or maybe I have to do that differently. That's a pity. I really don't want to. I'm just going to drop this one for now. I'll explain later maybe why. So for now, this is going to be correct. The what? This isn't the platform set yet? That doesn't make any sense at all. So, okay, so compiler build, is that one totally broken at this point? So compiler build. This build target. What does it look like? Is it going executable? Yes, but everything else is like null, 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 null. Null, 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 null. Null, null. And that doesn't feel like a good thing. What is this? What's the cleanup? The heck? Okay, so now we know why it's so okay. Yes, I thought it's just put there in two places. So in the second case, it's actually oh, now it's correct. I didn't need to do anything. It just was in the wrong place, and we could just put it back. I guess like here, it could probably work. Here too. Yes, let's just check that. And no, it was okay. So that one was too early. So okay. But if we do print it like after this one, the init is done, we're gonna be fine. So we're going to init, we go into the compilation, and maybe I shouldn't have deleted that thing that worked. Okay, by here, like down here, it's fine. So okay. This is before executing the scripts. We don't need to do that. We can just do it like this, I think. Yeah. So now we see, okay, it's not POSIX. What? Okay, did I do something wrong? So it's POSIX. Compiler. Let's see what happens here. So it's going to ask. Oh, it's still unknown at that point in time. So here it's sadly it's unknown. And why is it unknown? We're doing the target setup. Maybe it's here. Yeah. So I think it's we have to do this off. Why can't I get this set up before? Like, okay, compiler build. What does it do? It's target, arc target, LVM, slice from string, arc from vendor from LVM, debug, compiler, set up the platform, where is target setup? Damn, I'm not sure I would dare to move this one, but it should be okay. Okay, so anyways, if I can take this one and then after the target is set up, I can do all this. So where's the target setup? There we go. Now it should be correct, I think. Yes, now it's Mac OS X there. And now it's, oh, it's Windows 2. What? There's no end to these bugs. Oh, like if it's that's what I get for the allowing it to code complete. So where's the arc OS type Win32? There we go. So that should be better. Wait, did I have something here that I removed? By the way, let me see. No, I didn't. Okay, so we have that. Maybe we want to have some other defines and stuff, but for now, oh, the LVM version. Like, if we have like if LVM. Oh, but you can get that from some other way, right? So you can if oh, but hang on. So this is I don't need the LVM. LLVM is bad for you. Okay. Okay, so let's see. We do these, we set these particular things here. So the archetype, the member environment. So that's an interesting thing. So you could do that, and maybe the optimization level, the OS type, yes, backtrace, where there's backtrace, if we use the old tests or not, the LVM version, if we're benchmarking, and so on. But yeah, it's maybe people can add to this if they want later on. What I would like though is for it to be easily parsable. And this one isn't, because you can't split on a colon easily. And you kind of want that. So the question is how I should format this. So was it build env? Okay, I don't know. I don't know which ones. There's build env here, yes. Okay. Anyway, we kind of would like to have it like a little nicer, so like that they did. So like have like keys or environment. And then just have these like this, right? This would maybe look nicer. Let me just have a look. Of course, okay, that didn't look very nice because I forgot to have that thing here. And let's see. No, it actually doesn't look nice. Okay, so you could have it on the colon, of course, colon or space. You could also have some dot or something that actually says what it is. Or you put it like this, right? It's another option. How does that look like? What does that look like? Or maybe a space. Yeah, maybe we can go with that. So okay, then if there's like a space, you can separate on that. Even though the build environment there do have those colons, it's gonna be kind of fine. Or good enough. I guess it as we, oh wait, these paths, they also use the colon. But you could just, you know, I guess you could have on the space, with the space, that should work. So okay, I'm gonna declare that this is kind of somewhat okay. Okay, we can change this to build environment. So build environment like this. Prints information about this build environment. Okay, oops, let's not edit this in the check-in. So instead we just go to the build options, which you are not seeing now. So environment build prints build environment information. Very vague. And then we have to change that to build and okay. So now this won't work because we have the wrong name. And then we go for build env. Let's remove the single module, thank you. Okay, so we have this. Exe name, base path, build name, but actually, I think they wanted something else. To be honest, I think they didn't want that. That thing. That's not the build name. Actually, it's like a output name, and then there's actually a build. This happens to be the same as a build name. Like I think you use this. Let me see here. So yeah, so the target is going to be that, but if there's okay, so there's an output name here. Build output name. Let's see what that looks like. So okay, the output name was that, and then if compiler, can you see if it's a project? That's an interesting thing. I didn't think about making a difference there, so I think it might not say target. That's interesting. So I think that every target, except there's this empty target somewhere. Let's see if I can find the information here. So yes, so the name of it is, I think some of these should be set here. So init default build target. Also, there's the default build target here, right? So this is the one that we use when things are when you essentially have a if you compile from. So let compile with the compile thing. So let's have bool is a project, is non-project, right? So I'm going to set the is non-project to true, and then we know, like if compiler build name and compiler build is non-project, if it is a project, if it is a project, then we want to do this. Target name. Let's see that it was formatted correctly. So here we go. We get the target name and output name, and it says like I think this is weird. Shouldn't it be a it shouldn't be a project. So it should say like, you know, non-project, I think. So compiler build, just in case there's something wrong here with the settings. So non-part project is true. Okay, so why did it print it? So okay, I added it twice. That's why. Okay, and that has the right indent. Okay. And now you don't see it. Okay, that's good. Okay. That was that. So I think now finally. So we have to have. I don't think there are any changes to release notes. Let's see here. So print env. Is there anything about that? Compile. I have to compare this to master. So compare with branch and tag master, and they're identical. So we have add build env for build environment information. Okay. I think this can be somewhat useful, although to me it's not super useful. Okay, maybe it can be used by an LSP. Okay, so let's. I will commit this after checking some tests, though. So I just do a sanity check by running all the tests here. So questions, feel free to ask again. Okay, that failed. Oh, because this one caught an accidental environment thing. Now, standard library, and that's passing everything, and then we can run the test all, and then probably we can just check this in. So hopefully we didn't break it for anyone. There we go. Oh, this one is like it's because it's using the wrong thing here. So what we're doing here is interesting. So this one has a okay, it wants to use lib2. There is no lib2, that's why it fails. So now that it's actually using the right one, it's working. So okay, test all. What? Let's see here. So debug, make compile, run, standard library. But it didn't use the standard library for compiling the runner. So test all will do all these things. Tested 7, standard library should be lib7. And lib7 doesn't exist, yeah. Doesn't matter, it doesn't need to. Actually, this one doesn't need to test the other one. Okay, looks okay. So I'm going to push this. I'm going to check where there were any. Okay, first push this. Sorry, it was in adversing. So I'll then accept the pull request with the with these changes. I'm just double checking here that everything was fine, because it was okay. So we did leave something bad. So we have this OS type to string. So let's just fix this in master. So we're there. We do have the updated version that has everything, but we don't want the print, and we don't want the this part afterwards. This is completely new and unnecessary. I think it was moved there to kind of just get that for work. And so let's just see that it compiles, and then I'm just going to write a cleanup for this one. Cleanup message. All right, so I guess we have gotten somewhat further into the wasn't pull okay, that was the old one. So we gotten further into the pull requests here. So what remains in terms of pull requests, we have this one is still a draft. The Y string will not go into C3. So there's this proposal to kind of have these L prefix things like in C, but this can just be done with a instead of having like a I really took the chance to roll with it, added blah blah blah. But you really shouldn't do that. It's really should be a. There is so much. I feel bad rejecting this, but it really isn't. I'm trying to get rid of that complexity, that kind of fault in the. That's kind of a mistake. Dynamic bytes. What's that? Like, what is dynamic bytes? Ooh, this is getting interesting. So, um, there is apparently a string with okay. They whoa. So there is then byte arrays with dynamic unit sizes. Okay, so they had to introduce a lot of extra complexity and things to support these wide strings. I am saying that that is not good. And still, it was just like at compile time, you can support this by having a built-in that basically does the conversion from UTF-8 into UTF-16. So you get shorts, and you can also do the one with the conversion to instead UTF-32 at compile time. There's no need to add this extra literal. And a thing is that you can basically motivate any kind of built-in that you can do with macros. So I'm accepting every built-in that you can prove that you can do with the macro. It can be a built-in. So the built-in is just making the compilation faster by moving that code into the compiler instead of just running it. So it's an easy optimization technique. So that's why you have like a string to upper and so on. And those are basically built. They are built-ins, but you could do them by hand. You could do them as a language feature, a language macro. Sorry, in user space. So okay, yeah, I probably won't be digging into that though. That leaves the argparse module, and this is an interesting thing. So Alex has been making a lot of. This is a big one. It's I don't know, it's 1,300 lines of code with just the tests here, and then the sorry, that would be okay. So the argparse itself is, we can check this one out, and we can look at that. So and let's see, argparse. So this is the argparse. I haven't. I think I looked at Blil in the beginning. So you create an argparse let's see how it's used. So the idea is to have an argparse, and then you set the options, and then you get, and then you do some parsing, and just you go to next and next and the next step of this. So there are some so I'm kind of hesitant adding this thing, these things, right? Not this particular. It's just, if you've seen the test runner, right? The test suite runner. So this is what I do. Like, this is all you need to do in to kind of handle Varrogs. It's like the thing that it really helps you with is formatting the list. This is not hard. This is like, it's harder to write code that tries to do this in a generic way, because we already get them as strings, and I mean, in C there is some, you can't do a case, you have to do, if and if statement, string compare, and you can get into some complexity there, especially if you don't have any useful string comparison helpers here and there. But here it's like, yeah, this is so not complex. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not. I mean, I know that Alex had these and put them in as a separate library. And honestly, I think that's a better idea, because, like, having something full fledged that does a lot of things, I just think that that's better as a library. That's separate, that can be maintained, and kind of, there's a rich kind of parse thing, and then there's the really simple thing. Um, Probably. There's also this one, which is replacing, and this is interesting. So we have hash map. Like, the idea would then be to have the hash map and then remove these current things and just have these construct versions of things. So in order to explain that a little bit in detail, what you can do currently is that, let me have some place where I can write this code. Okay, so currently you could do something like, I have a struct or anything. It doesn't matter what it is. So something like this. And the normal way to kind of do some init here would be to do, you can do this, it doesn't need to be that. Let me just have the simplest possible init. So it takes a reference to self, and then we set that to some value, like some value inside of it, to something like 42. So the meaning of the universe and life and everything, right? So we can call that so something like that. Okay. Anyway, we create a foo, and then we init the foo, right? So then we're done, and then we can we can print it. So as such, and we can run this code, and what we get is, oh, I did I get the right one? I think we changed some things. Okay, we are in this one. Sorry, we are on the wrong in the wrong place. We should go to master. Do this. And also change what settings there are, because otherwise we get this version thing, I think. build and yeah, I don't want that. We can remove this. Okay, so then we get the, let me see what that was. Okay, right. So we get this a is for 2. And the idea with a construct would be something that would return a foo from something else. So we can maybe have foo new, and you'd have to, like today, that this is not allowed, so you have to do operator construct. It doesn't matter, it's just the name, okay? And then it would be like a very hellish kind of thing. So we just return. This means this will infer is this same thing as if I have written this one. Okay. So now instead we have the alternative that we have foo2, which is just like this, foo new, right? And then we have print n f2, and that works too. It's just, so we have these two. So this is the init variant, and if you want to do something like immediately, this version allows you to do like this, right? And this one would have, you can also do something, what you would have to do is like, you have to create one, an empty one, do the init, and then the ref, and then you would change this to kind of always return self, like this. Now this will work too. Okay, 4 isn't the name. So again, it works. So then we don't need that. So those are equivalent, but this one looks way harder than this one, right? But there's a downside to, like, this looks very object-oriented things. But we could also do like this. We can, like right now we're in test, right? So why don't we say, new foo? And I mean, then we can just say new foo. Why do we need the special thing? And we could even define, it's like, let's take this and put it in a separate sub thing. We can call this foo, and this is the trick that we use. So now I only have new, and it's in this particular module, and then we import it. Okay, then we don't need this. And what we can do now is do this, write this, foo new, because it's the new function in foo, which is now the module name. And then we can do, just go ahead and do like this, and it works, right, with the new. And so maybe this is better. And I was so hesitant that I didn't really, I think I didn't use construct anywhere in the standard library. We can look at that and see construct. Actually, there is. So there is the maybe here. It's a construct. And the empty. Now, okay, so this is actually a good example. So the maybe is this optional type, right? So we have, again, this. we have, you can do maybe int. So either just do, you could do, this is in the, happens to be in the maybe thing. So you can do a maybe empty, but you have to then have an int right at the end. And you can have a maybe int could also be using this construct thing. It could then be maybe int, and then I think it was empty or something like that. Let me look at that. Maybe it's a maybe empty, right? Like that. So it could also be empty. So as you see here, we kind of use that one. This one is more of a, we can do everything, do this function or something, but it kind of requires that you namespace it this way. Okay, so I think we had something else in the maybe there. Something else interesting. So we have this with value, right? So, and we have value. So then again, we have the two ways of doing it. So we can have, when it has a value, we can, let me just put it in here so it doesn't miscompile in case we wanted to compile it. Because then we can say like this instead. So we can say that x is with value, and then we have an int, and then we have there 42. Okay, or we can have maybe int with value on 42. Right, so we have these are directly competing with each other. So which one should it be? The downside of this is that this works as long as you keep creating these namespaces. That makes really a lot of sense. But if you have multiple things in the same module, then you might end up with like my module create a new bar rather than bar new. But sometimes that's fine too. You know, I don't mind having like in file having things that could create something else. So I am strongly feeling that this is actually better in terms of right now it might look a bit so we can also actually say it's like this. Sorry, so if we disregard the generic part of this, so we can think of it like this, like if it wasn't that, like what would you prefer? And here to me it's after looking at a lot of code, C3 code, this looks a bit weird to me. This maybe with value looks a bit weird to me, honestly. I mean, I can understand that, but because nothing else is allowed in that way, it doesn't really make sense to kind of keep that. So I think we are not going to go with that. And in fact, that means that I should purge that from those usages from here. So let's remove the operator construct and see if things break. So I think that's the only thing. So constructors. Okay, so if I run this now, run the testers and see like does it work or not. And I guess like in lib7, the in the unit tests there are going to be tests for construct as well. But I think we're going to deprecate that one. So we discussed this on this Discord, but I think that you know in the end, I know some people didn't want that, and some wanted it. Actually, the ones not in favor tended to jump into that discussion, but I know some people wanted it. So it. I would prefer to actually. I would like to offer both. Like, oh, you can use this in your program, so you if you feel like it. But um, it's just I as a language designer, you kind of have to make these uncomfortable decisions where you know you're going to disappoint people, and you just in order to make it like less of a lot of features. So since that one once this is one is gone, I can remove all the code testing that, all the possible errors that could arise from it, and I don't need to have a section in the docs and so on. So it's this you really want to remove a lot of things, as much as you want to remove as much as possible. And that kind of suddenly made me think for some reason about the ASM. And yes, that has to be handled, and I should really do a stream where I fix that. But not for now. Okay, so thank you for watching. I'm just going to check if someone has some other questions. So, okay, so yeah, there was like 8 minutes. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. C3 seems like magic C. So it's C, but you have um, like the semantic macros and a bit of that. Um, just a value proposition. Like here's like maybe C is like some raw meat, and C3 is more like okay barbecue and you you have your steak and maybe some French fries and stuff like that, and then you eat that. Like you can prefer either. I hope that the French fries and the actually seasoning and stuff like that adds that's good enough to like make you prefer it over raw steak, raw meat of sea. So yeah, that's it. And again, thank you for watching. I probably won't put this one in on YouTube. I thought it was, yeah, maybe I will. I don't know. Okay, thank you, everyone.